Hey, everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 233. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the SkyLounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, and also check out the SkyLounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 233, Dynamic Spherical Dominion. The sports world goes on, much like how Joe Kelly's games will go on after the appeal for his ban, which was originally 8 games, got reduced to 5. Good job, Major League Baseball. Still don't fucking understand what the fuck the 8 was for. Didn't even hit the fucking player. Antagonized the player and the fucking jackass on the fucking Houston Asterisks. Got all up in his fucking feelings. Because when you tell a cheater they cheated, they respond emotionally. Because they know they're fucking guilty. But you're going to protect those assholes, right? Right, Rob Manfred? I'm going to take this goddamn headphone off. Fuck you, Rob Manfred! God damn it! Fuck Major League Baseball! Bunch of fucking clowns out there. You expect me to actually have some semblance of respect or, I don't know, appreciation for Major League Baseball these days? Are you fucking kidding me? With all the fucking protocol breaking from players, with all of the nonsense that's been going on through the offseason, with all the fucking nonsense that you, Rob Manfred, your fucking 30 pimps, your fucking Players Association, all these fucking things just resulting and culminating in this league being an absolute shit show, and you think nothing is wrong? Like, get the fuck out of here. That league is such a fucking joke. It just makes me so fucking sad watching this shit just happen to a sport that should be liked, should be revered. It's a fun and great sport, baseball. But you're stuck with a fucking shit-ass commissioner who, again, is still around. MLB boys and girls. Rob Manfred is still going to be around for a long time, and it's unfortunate. But it is what it is. We're stuck with that asshole. But one asshole that's not going to be stuck around in his place for quite long, I mean, really, he's already gone, is Seattle Seahawks undrafted rookie cornerback in Kema Severin. I could be totally butchering his name, but this undrafted rookie got cut from the Seattle Seahawks because he was bringing a woman into the team hotel disguised as the fucking team player. So this bitch was wearing goddamn Seattle Seahawks gear, sneaking into the team hotel, because your boy Kema was a thirsty little bitch. Really, dude? You got cut because of a fucking... You got cut because of a thought? Are you fucking serious right now, man? You could have played third, fourth string cornerback right alongside some of the fucking top guys that we got right now. Right? We got Quentin Dunbar, Shaquille Griffin. I mean, technically you could put Trey Flowers in there, but, you know, nobody really wants that. But you could have had a spot. You could have fucking contested for a spot. Yet, your dumbass chased the thought instead of chasing your dreams. My God. You know, young athletes these days astound me when it comes to just good decisions. It just doesn't happen. Especially when you're in your early 20s. A lot of stupid things. Now, I know the Dallas Cowboys get slated for doing a lot of stupid things, but I think signing Everson Griffin, you know, a veteran coming out, you know, from Minnesota, is a great signing. You know, Pro Bowl caliber kind of guy, you know, a bit older, but maybe you need a little bit of that discipline in that defense. And maybe McCarthy can drag you to... Oh, who the fuck am I kidding? You guys are going to go 8-8. I know Dak has this whole fucking thing with ownership right now. He's out here saying, oh, I want to be a Dallas Cowboys forever. Jesus, dude. How the fuck is that going to happen if Jerry doesn't want to fucking sign the check. Dick, how does that work? I like you, but Jesus Christ. This whole situation with Dak Prescott, along with the general ineptitude that happens in the Cowboys locker room because of arrogance or whatever have you, it's just going to be the same fucking story. You're going to go 8-8. Mike McCarthy's going to be there driving along a mediocre fucking offense and defense and just having you fucking settle for 8-8. Should be a good time. Should be a fun time. And for two teams who went to the Super Bowl, in the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, they are also having a good time just paying out their players. Despite the fact that the Kung Flu is going to have the salary cap decrease for the upcoming season, well, next season in 2021, the 49ers and the Chiefs signed George Kittle, and Travis Kelce, respectively, on long-term deals that, I don't know, seems necessary, but at the same time, just potentially detrimental to the organization. Because yes, you do need those special skill players that does it all. I get that. But with the salary cap decreasing, and more you need depth, you need shit to do well along the season and the postseason. Locking these guys up to long-term deals could bite both teams in the ass. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? I'm wrong about a lot of things, man. I am. I can admit that. And one of the things I've been wrong about is, the potential reemergence of the Chicago Bulls. I've told this to a Chicago fan before a couple of years ago that, hey, maybe your young guys are going to, mature and get better. Lauri Markkanen. And that's about it. I mean, you got that kid Colby White down there, if that's his name, and other decent young cats, but yeah, no, I can't hold any more optimism for the Chicago Bulls, and they themselves understand how shitty they are. Where the Chicago Bulls finally fire head coach Jim Boylan after a 39-84 record in 2 seasons. Now, not all of that is his fault. It's not. But, yeah, you're set up to fail, but when you can't even manage to crack 500 in 2 seasons with decent enough pieces in a very weak Eastern Conference, not much to say. Not much to say. And maybe the writing was on the wall. Right? Kind of similar to Vlade Divac, where finally Vlade Divac is supposed to step down as Sacramento Kings GM. Now, I don't know if this is all official. This was initial reporting that I got off of the Score. But how is he still a GM of the Sacramento Kings? After at least 2-3 drafts? I mean, De'Aaron Fox is okay, but was that Dragon? It wasn't Dragon Bender that they drafted, right? They drafted all these fucking shit ass pieces like Marvin Bagley when they could have gotten Luka Doncic, and just consistently bad drafting, consistently bad free agent signing, consistently bad development of players, and just general basketball philosophy. I don't know why the fuck Vlade Divac was a GM for that fucking long. I mean, that owner is a dipshit, I'm not going to lie to you, but oh my fucking God. Sacramento cutting ties with Vlade Divac, but bringing the interim GM Joe Dumars. So you're just going to follow along one shit GM after another? Oh my fucking God. Why? Why? Do you not want to get better as a team? No? All right, then keep Joe Dumars. Keep doing that shit. Jesus Christ, Sacramento. You lose the Western Conference Finals in 2001. I know you get shafted by the fucking referees. It is a fucking documented event. We all know that. But you, as a franchise and organization, can't get out of that shadow. Ever. Like, you talk to those Sacramento fans, they will never shut the fuck up about that thing. They have never moved on. It's a franchise stuck in 2001. Has never left 2001. Clear as day with the fucking drafting, the free agency, the basketball philosophy all throughout the team. It's dog shit. Oh, let's bring in Luke Walton. Why? Why? Do you want to be sub 500 every season? Then bring in Luke Walton, Sacramento. And now you're going to fucking get rid of Vlade Divac, who's been the perpetrator of your mediocrity. Now you're bringing in Joe Dumars, who is just as mediocre in terms of being a GM. Holy crap. It's like a never-ending cum swap of mediocrity in the NBA. It happens, kids. I get that. That there's politics involved. But don't you want to fucking better your organization, Sacramento? You're just going to be stuck in this shit, this hellhole. All right. Fine by me. Now, you motherfuckers have been dead for quite some time. Really have been. So, why should I care? Why should I care? And honestly, I've been saying this since the restart as a Lakers fan. Why the fuck should I care who gets the 8th seed? Yeah, it's just really going to be, oh, cool, like, how are the Lakers going to match up with this team in this respect or this regard? But really, dude, the NBA is just nauseating and goddamn too predictable. And you know, no matter who comes out as the 8th seed, the Lakers are going to win it 4-2, 4-3. Hard contested series, all this shit. Because that's just how the NBA goes. This is just how this shit goes. And I'm not saying it like a defeated team, like, oh, we're going to lose. No, like, we're going to probably win. But, you know, the 8th seed in the Portland Trailblazers and the 9th seed in the Memphis Grizzlies have a bit of an odd context to it. So these two teams, as of now, right, Friday evening, are the respective 8th seed and the 9th seed in the Western Conference. They will be playing a 2-game play-in series taking place on Saturday and Sunday. And all that needs to happen is very simple. Memphis needs to either win twice to be the 8th seed, or Portland Trailblazers just win once to become the 8th seed. Now, here's a reason why I think this is so fucking stupid. The Phoenix Suns went 8-0 since the fucking restart in the bubble, and they get nothing. They get nothing. Because Portland beat the Brooklyn Nets 134-133, where, yeah, Karis LeVert infamously just kind of fucked up, buzzer beater kind of shit. Heartbreaking, yes, but it happens. And because of that result, the Phoenix Suns, by virtue, are knocked out. And prior to that, curiously enough, the San Antonio Spurs, who was also kind of within that range, get shattered their unbelievable record of 22 consecutive postseason appearances. That gets ended. And the reason why I say this is so fucking stupid is because why don't you just reduce the number of games that existed? I mean, yeah, the 8-0 Phoenix Suns story was great. But because of how close everything is, why don't you actually have a fucking decent round robin style thing, semifinal, final kind of shit between those 4 teams instead of the 8th and 9th seed in a 2-game play-in series? I know it's for time, logistics, and all that shit, but oh my fucking God. The Phoenix Suns basically played perfect for nothing. The San Antonio Spurs got everyone shit excited for nothing. The Memphis Grizzlies choked their fucking 8th seed spot because they're nothing. And the Portland Trailblazers will make all this hoopla for virtually nothing because they're going to get swept when they get exited, either as the 8th seed or within this play-in series. And I guess it's just this kind of narrative predictability with the NBA that I just got to get tired of watching. And the quality of play hasn't been all that noteworthy. Again, as a Dodgers fan, as a Lakers fan who expect, championship caliber basketball from his team, they haven't showed up. So kind of indifferent at this point. And yeah, it's unfair, right? It is totally fine to say it is unfair for me to rail on these two teams for being successful, but I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely don't give a shit. So that is what it is, man. And my indifference is honestly a reflection of just how a lot of people think about the NBA right now. Based on Sports Media Watch, boys and girls, the average viewership of the NBA for one game in particular, this actually was the highest rated game within the last few weeks within the bubble. The Portland Trailblazers and the Brooklyn Nets game garnered about 1.52 million average views. In comparison, Tucker Carlson on Fox News garnered an average of 4 million. Yeah, average views. So what does that tell you? You go woke, you go broke. Oh, that's not the fucking right interpretation. All right, dude. All right, man. Yeah, tell me the NBA went woke and everybody's just fine and dandy with it. Nobody is. Nobody is. You're kind of ruining basketball in that sense. So people are tuning out naturally. And yeah, I know I should be more grown up and just try to compartmentalize shit, but at the fucking level of hypocrisy, especially within the Lakers organization that you get to hear, it's nauseating. And again, quality of play hasn't been all that substantial. They're great within the Lakers, so I haven't really been paying attention. But schedules will be out. The schedule's technically already out, but I'm gonna wait until Sunday to talk and preview the round one matchups for the West and the East. And I'll give you more of my in-depth thoughts there. And hope the Lakers can do well. Hope they can do well. While you have my kind of indifference and nonchalant take with basketball because of just the general stupidity that's going around the goddamn sport right now, you have hockey and the NHL, where I have been just on this shit for weeks. I've been on it. It's been fantastic. And the one unfortunate thing with, hockey and this whole pandemic going on, a lot of things get pushed back, right? So the Hockey Hall of Fame postpones induction ceremonies until probably November 2021, as was stated. And my question is, are they going to lump, the fucking the inductees for this year and next year, or are you just going to do just this year and still keep it small? I have no idea, because we don't know what the future holds, right? Especially in the world of Kung Flu. It's a weird, weird time. But in the world of the NHL bubbles, the two bubbles in Toronto and Edmonton, the round one of the Stanley Cup playoffs is taking place. And holy shit, kids. As of this recording, there are teams that have played, actually all teams have played 2 games except the one series in the Dallas Stars and the Calgary Flames, which have played 3 games in their respective series right now. And they have all been fantastic. All of these games, all of these series has been just, dude, like nail biting, on the edge of your seat kind of shit. And it starts with the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes, and the series being tied 1-1. A great back and forth for Boston and Carolina. You got 2 great sides, and quite frankly, a history that obviously a lot of the young bucks may not know about. And I mean, quite frankly, I don't know as much in terms of in-depth details, but you had the former Hartford Whalers and the Carolina Hurricanes and the Boston Bruins, the whole New England shit going down there. But this battle between these two teams have been spectacular to watch, from goaltending to offense. And yeah, controversial calls and hits here and there, but solid matchup thus far. And I'm still at this point of thinking, yes, Carolina will win it 4-2, but we're definitely going to have to see. And one matchup that is a lot more one-sided than it should have been is the Washington Capitals being down 2-0 against the New York Islanders. And Ovi scored twice in game 2 today, but the rest of the team just does not look like they're on it. Holtby just looks like the hold out fucking goaltender that he tends to be. Yeah, I know the Stanley Cup run was fantastic, and he makes that fucking Alex Tuck save. In I believe that was game 2 of the Stanley Cup final, but this isn't the same team. This is a much older Washington team that looks, I don't know, just broken down a little bit. And I'm thinking, if the Islanders just win one more game, it could be just game over for the Washington Capitals. But New York Islanders can't get fucking, they can't get cocky. It's Alexander Ovechkin's team, man. You can't get cocky. You have to man up, fucking lift your goddamn balls, and beat the competition down. So the Islanders series is something that we will be looking very much forward to. And one series that's been absolutely spectacular thus far is the Tampa Bay Lightnings and the Columbus Blue Jackets, a rematch of last year's round 1 meetup. And the series is tied 1-1. Yes, Tampa Bay won game 1 in a thrilling 5 overtime game, which happened to be the 4th longest ever NHL game. And Jonas, I don't care. Korpisalo, motherfucking Korpisalo for the Columbus Blue Jackets made 85 saves in that game. He made 85 saves in game 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning and lost in 5th overtime. The Columbus Blue Jackets did bounce back in game 2, but 85 saves, most saves ever in NHL history. I think Korpisalo just showed you in game 1 and respectively in game 2, which he played very, very well, that the Columbus Blue Jackets is going to destroy the series. They have a goaltender who can just get it done. And I think Tampa Bay is going to just revert back to memedom. And yeah, I said 4-1 in the favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I totally can see it happening. I mean, in 2 games, Korpisalo's made 100+ saves. Think about that shit. That man is on fire, and I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be able to douse them out. I really don't think they are. Now, the next series, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Montreal Canadiens. The series is tied 1-1. The crazy thing to note is that Montreal Canadiens head coach Claude Julien was taken to the hospital and removed from the bubble because of a potential undergoing a potential heart surgery. So, thoughts are with him, and his family. Hopefully they can, get through this shit. But where Philadelphia grabbed a pretty decisive game 1 win, although you can argue Carey Price was fantastic and it was a much, much closer game than you would think. Game 2 was a completely different scenario. Montreal really just, fucking crossed their heart and just got together for their coach and grabbed a 5-0 win. So I did say the Philadelphia Flyers would win the Stanley Cup, but Montreal proving to be that dark horse to fuck everybody's bracket up. And I personally love the chaos, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love more chaos in these brackets. I would love more chaos in the Stanley Cup playoffs just because it makes for better narratives. Much like how in the Western Conference right now, kids, right now, the Vancouver Canucks are up 2-0 against your defending Stanley Cup champions and the St. Louis Blues. Gloria will not be playing anytime soon until the St. Louis Blues actually win something in the bubble. They have now gone 5 games without a win. Let's be fair. If you include the exhibition game, whatever. But 5 games, round robin and playoffs. 5 straight fucking games of L's. And the Vancouver Canucks came up so big in game 2. They grab an overtime win. Bo Horvat has just been scoring nonstop, captain of the Vancouver Canucks. And you would think this is the big major upset. And your boy said, I think the Vancouver Canucks win 4-2. Will it happen? Maybe. If St. Louis doesn't fucking wake up, it'll probably happen in less games. And it's just crazy to me because, yeah, you still got a red-hot David Perron who has just been a sensational goal scorer for the St. Louis Blues as of, the entirety of the regular season and, within the bubble restart. But St. Louis got to find their juice. They got to find something because they look like a team that could be potentially swept. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. Honestly, wouldn't be. But you got much closer games, right, in this bubble. Well, technically, one other game in the Western Conference, one other series, really, that's more close. Because the Dallas Stars and the Calgary Flames is a series that has gone 3 games at this point, most games. And the Flames are up in that series 2-1. Now, do I think Calgary has what it takes to close out the series? Potentially, but a team like Dallas and Calgary is more like a prove-it team. I don't really want to fucking project out what I think too much because just based on what I've seen, both of them just have a tendency to choke on themselves. So it's more like, all right, who isn't going to choke on themselves to finish the series? And that question will probably be answered within the coming days. Although Calgary grabbing that Game 3 lead. Significant, but Dallas was in it the entire time. So wouldn't be surprised if this goes down to 7 or 6. And we should still have a great fucking game. Now, the remaining 2 series in the Western Conference are 2-0 in favor of the heavy hitters in the West. The Colorado Avalanche is up 2-0 in their series against the Arizona Coyotes. And yeah, Colorado looks completely buttoned down. Now, they had a shutout win, if I'm not mistaken, and a very close 3-2 win in Game 2 against the Arizona Coyotes. So I wouldn't say completely buttoned down, but their offense is rolling. Everything is clicking for them in terms of goaltending and defense too when it counts. And so Colorado is looking to be a very dangerous team. And in the same respect, I could say the very similar sentiments about the Vegas Golden Knights. They're up in their series 2-0 against the Chicago Blackhawks. And in a series where I said I think the Blackhawks can still give the Golden Knights trouble with 1 or 2 games, but that is yet to be found. And for the Chicago Blackhawks, they have a back-to-back game with the Vegas Golden Knights Saturday and Sunday, and it is going to be sink or swim. I mean, think about it, man. If the Vegas Golden Knights just win on Saturday, they could send the Blackhawks, home packing on Sunday. That fucking quick. So I'm nervous as a Golden Knights fan. I'll be completely honest because I think Game 3 can really go in the way of the Chicago Blackhawks if Taves is just 1 or 2 inch close to the net. I mean, that man is only missing by a margin in terms of a potential goal. So I don't count out the Blackhawks at all. And I am very worried about Game 3. And so we'll see what happens. But go Knights go. And the Stanley Cup playoffs continue to be an amazing event in the world of sports. Yeah, the viewership isn't as high as some of these, sports that are hitting the millions, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic because ultimately, good old sports, baby. Good old sports. And on the next episode of the Sky Lounge, we might do some funky shit location-wise. So be on the lookout for that, boys and girls. All right? All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music. And also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, fuck off.